Yeah, good morning, everyone. Hope I'm audible and everyone could see my screen here.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, nice. Okay, so where are we, guys? I think in the last class we were looking into the display property. We have seen what are the possible values we have, and we are even still left over with the grid and what do you say? The flex property, which we are going to cover when we actually go into the CSS3. And on the top, we have even seen the difference between the padding and margin property. So how we could able to specify the space between the elements. And we have even seen what do you mean by CSS box model, right? And at the last, we have seen simple tags like UL tag and UL tag. How do we actually group relative content into a single block? Okay, so whenever we see multiple elements getting rendered, so we could able to group them in the form of, we can actually group them using this UL tag or OL tag. That's what we have seen. So coming to the next topic, but before going to the next topic, let me do a simple assignment on this. Okay, so I want to create a simple container.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Your sound is not coming, sir.
Yeah, I'm not actually. I'm trying to create the image. I'm not talking actually. Let me create pop-up actually. So I'm creating this guy. So you can imagine like by the time I'm creating the mock-up, you can actually imagine what type of elements you can actually add here. Okay, so this is a simple page of some employee details where you have some header and we have some footer. And on the left side, we have some list of all the names of the employee. And the right side, we have the corresponding details. Like on the top block, you should show the Raj details. On the second block, you should put some Krish details, something like this. Okay, so this is the layout I like to see how you guys are going to play. Okay. Can you guys try this? So now here you need to see what all things.
Recording in progress.
Page layout .png. Okay, and what is the assignment count of that guy? 5 it is, right? Fine. Okay. So the next part, what we actually have is, did I say anything that specifically we are going to discuss something?
Flex and grid, sir.
Flex and grid, as we discussed it, ma'am, I mean, it is not it. I mean, it's the part of the CSS3. Until we go to the CSS3, we cannot discuss that. Anything else I specifically said?
CSS position, sir.
Oh, positions is the one what we're going to discuss. Okay. So this is one of the very important and a bit of confusion part within your CSS. So please put some very extra attention on this and let's stick on this. Okay, I will try my level best to make it a bit simple. I mean, as much as possible, I can make it simple. So you two put some attention and stop me whenever you have any questions. Okay, so we'll go one by one. So without even implementing the positions. So let us talk about what we can't able to do with the things, what we have already discussed till now, and what are we going to achieve from the CSS positions. Okay, so let's check on this. So let me create a simple example here. CSS.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, is there any vacation for Durga Puja, sir? Because, sir, I go somewhere, sir. That's why I will plan according to that.
Okay. You are Gulshan, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, it all depends on you guys. I'm always fine to take the class anytime, but is any specific day you specifically wanted, guys, for the Durga Puja holiday? Anyone? Any specific day?
In 15, sir.
Sir, I don't think it is not necessary, sir.
Date
because
15, sir.
Sir, it's a
1.5 hour
and
is not a
half
problem.
an hour class we can manage. I
We can
think.
manage it.
That is
It
fine.
Yes,
it
sir,
may
we can manage, sir. Or else
That
we
is-
can put the voting.
That's no problem, sir.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, even like actually from the management team, also management side also, it has to be given, guys, because the people who actually helped us in managing the meeting. If you are not talking, can you please go into mute? Yeah. So from the management side also, it has to be given, guys. So yeah, is that okay? That we go along with you Saturday we don't have. We'll continue with that. Is that is okay with everyone? Only on Friday?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
No
sir.
problem. No problems. Anyone? Any cross questions? Anything? No. Okay. And I will try to accommodate that guy because like for us the problem is we grade 5 days of class, so we need to accommodate. I mean, one class is getting wasted in the sense I need to accommodate it. So maybe in the next week I will think of guys. Is that is okay? I know like I mean other people. I mean people from other locations are also there who are from other countries. You might be having some problem. Anyone having issues to connect at morning 7 a.m. IST?
No, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Raja.
Sir, 7 to 8, sir.
No, sir. I said
7 to 8:30. 8:30.
Yes, sir. We can
Actually, I have
connect.
to leave to my office, sir. So,
No, sir, I can. No, sir, I
my class.
can't.
that would be
Okay,
fine.
fine. Oh, no problem. Anyway, I mean, I just want, I mean, among our 150 people, if one is having an issue, I'm not going to do any take decision because, I mean, because we promised that it should be 8 to 8:30 p.m. only. That's fine. I mean, I'll see because I'm having the slot of 7 to 7:30 right now. I thought like it's fine. I mean, if you have any questions or doubts, maybe at that time I can connect with you guys to clear the doubts at least in my morning.
Sir, okay.
Okay.
Sir, you inform just 1 day prior so that I'll take permission.
Deepika, actually, what I thought is that to make it like complete 7 to 8:30.
Okay.
But it is, as I said you, I will see. Right now, it is free, the slot, but anyway, it will be occupied sooner. We are going to allot other batch.
Okay.
But by that time, if you have any questions, maybe we can connect by that time and only for the people who have questions.
Okay, okay.
That way we can. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So fine, guys. So let's coming back to this guy demonstrating the CSS positions. Let us create a simple containers here. Say some class equal to. Did I talk anything about the overflow property? No, right?
No,
How
sir.
do we add it?
No, sir.
No, right?
No, sir, not
No, sir.
After this, do remind me, guys. I'll take on that. I'll give an explanation on that guy also. Say something called as some block. Block 1. Block 1 content. So let us go with this block 2, 3, and 4. This guy is block 2, 3, and 4. Let's give the CSS style. Dot block is border 2 pixel solid. Margin 10 pixel, adding 10 pixel. Width of 130 pixel. Height of 130 pixel. Okay, now we know what is this padding margin property also, or else for now, don't give this padding margin. Let me say without this how it is looking. And I go with text align center. I go with the cursor pointer. I go with text type and decoration underline. Okay. Now if you reload the page, open in the browser, this is how it is coming. Super fine. On the top, I would like to give some background colors for this containers. Say some block 1, background of some blue. Dot block 2, background color of say some green. Block 3, background color of say something called as pink. block 4 background color of some yellow. Okay, save this guy, come back here and reload the page. This is how the containers are getting rendered on the page. Okay. My simple requirement, what I have is, can I make or can I move the green background guy or the block 2 guy from the left side? I would like to move off 20 pixels here. From the left side, I would like to move to the 20 pixel space here. Can you tell me how do I add? I want to move the green guy.
Margin left. Margin left.
Is it margin or padding?
Margin.
Come on.
Margin.
Padding.
Margin. Can I Sir, can I
Yeah,
repeat
very
your
good.
question?
My question is, the green guy from the left side, it has to move to the right of 30 pixel.
Padding only.
Margin, sir.
Padding. Come on,
Margin,
guys.
sir.
Margin left.
Within
Sir,
the
margin.
container.
Sir, margin left.
Margin left is a property through which you can actually move the DOM element, right?
Yeah, margin left.
Now for the green guy, I'm simply saying margin
Left.
hyphen left property,
Yeah.
something called as some 30 pixel. Now if you come back and reload the page, yes boss, the application or the DOM element is actually moving. Okay, it is moving to the required position. Super fine. In the same way, can I move from the top side? I would like to move off 20 pixel. What I can do? I can go margin, something called as top property, something called as 20 pixel, save this guy. If you clearly understand my question was, can you move the element to the required position? Okay, I want to move the DOM element to a bit of 30 pixels from the left side and 20 pixels from the right side. But if you clearly see this, by using the CSS margin property, are you actually moving the DOM element, or are you actually making the DOM element to increase its space?
Increase its space.
Increasing space, sir.
Increasing the space.
Increasing its space. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, right? Actually, the DOM element is not moving, because if the DOM element would have been moved, when you see here, whenever I mouse hovering on this block 2, okay, this guy shows a bit different, but if it is Firefox, it is more clear here. So let's open the Firefox here. When I open the same page, and another thing, why are we running from the E drive? Is it recommended?
No.
No, right? What we need to do, we have to make it as localhost colon 8081. Click on enter.
Start the server.
Server not started, right? What I need to do, go to this, click on something called a CMD. What is the command?
Start.
npm start. What is the full form of npm?
Node.
Full form of npm?
Node package manager.
Node
Node package manager.
manager. Okay, yeah. So we are using this guy npm to start the command here, to start the server. Now if you come back and reload the page, now you should be able to see the application or the page is running from the server. Fine. Now the next part what I have is, when I go here, okay, so as we discussed, when we inspect this element, we want to position this guy to the right side. Now, if you mouse over on this guy, whenever I'm inspecting the second guy, if you see, is it is only highlighting the green box? No, boss. It is even highlighting the left side some yellow part and the top side some yellow part, which is equal to the margin. Because when you say what is the space of the block 2, it is not just only the green box what it has occupied, the margin what it has occupied also comes under the dimension of this guy, isn't it? So that is where the problem is coming. So implies the element is not actually moving. My requirement is I want to move the DOM element to the required position, whatever the position or whatever the left side, top side, right side, whatever the things I want to do, I would like to move the DOM element to the required place without increasing its dimension. Okay, so either using the padding and margin, it is not actually moving. You feel like it is moving, but actually it is increasing its dimension. Why so? No other element can come and occupy that space. Okay, fine. Now what I'm saying is, If at all, any time you would like to add or you would like to move any DOM element to any required position, we have the CSS properties, something called as top, bottom, left, and right properties. Okay, if at all, we would like to move the DOM elements to any required position. Don't say margin left, margin right, padding top, etc. and all, but could able to move the DOM elements by using all these 4 properties. Okay, now what I'm saying is, don't say margin left here, remove this, only left property. Don't say margin top, remove this, just left and top. If you want right bottom also, you can give it. But for now, I just specified left and right, left and top. Now, if you come back to the browser, now when I'm reloading the page, do you see the element is taking the values? Is it is actually moving to the left side or the top side?
No.
No, sir.
No, right? It is not moving. Why the reason? In order to understand these guys, first of all, you need to understand something called as a CSS position, something called as position. CSS property, something called as position. What is the use of this position property? Okay, so before going with this position, by default, anytime you are rendering the elements on the page, they all fall under X, Y axis. Anytime you are creating the DOM elements, by default, every element falls under the XY axis. This space, this screen, we call it as a XY axis. Let us go with something called as paint. So by default, whatever the screen we are going to create, that is going to be something called XY axis. So this we call it as X axis and this we call it as Y axis. Okay, so anytime you render any DOM element, so it is like this. Okay, which is always falling under the XY axis. So what your HTML is saying or CSS is saying is, there are some possible values a position attribute takes or so position property takes. Okay, there is a CSS property, something called as position. It takes some values. What are those? There is something called as static property. There is something called as relative property. There is something called as absolute property. There is something called as fixed property. And there is something called static, relative, absolute,
Sticky.
fixed. What is it? Sticky. Okay, so these are the possible values a CSS position property is going to take. Okay, like say, for example, float. When I say float, the possible values are left, right. When I say font size, it could be 10 pixel, 20 pixel, 30 pixel. But in the same way, when I say position, you can either say static, relative, absolute, fixed, and sticky. Now, what do you mean by static? By default, every DOM element is statically positioned. Implies an element which is called statically positioned implies it is rendering on the XY axis, the default XY axis. Anytime the element getting rendered on the page, by default, it falls under the XY axis because it is a statically positioned element. Element which is positioned static will always tries to render on the XY axis. So when you block 1, block 2, block 3, for this guy, I may give some position static or don't even give it. By default, it is a static guy. Okay, any DOM element which is rendering on the page, you may give it or you may not give it. By default, every element is static. What do you mean by static here? Static in the sense, element will always tries to fall under the XY axis. And when the element is under the XY axis, you cannot move the DOM element to any required position. Okay, what the static element saying is, if the element is under static, you cannot move the DOM element to any required position. Okay, I cannot use the top property. I say something called as 20 pixel. Okay, I'm using for the blocks. Right? Okay, for this guy, So why this reason? Why the reason the left property, top property are not getting applied for the block 2 guy? Because it is falling under the XY axis. You cannot move the DOM element which is always falling under the XY axis. Everyone clear about the position static? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Everyone,
Yes,
I
sir.
know it's simple, but if you are clear on this, we'll go step by step. Right?
Sir,
I hope everyone is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
can you repeat it again, sir?
Position static means by default every element is static, and if the element is static, we cannot move the element's position. Even though with the properties like left, right, top, bottom properties, it doesn't even consider.
That is not understood, sir.
Next.
But what is DOM and how it is?
Sir, when do you say that element is static, sir?
1 second, Shiva. Pavani, what was your question? Your question is not completed. What was it? Pavani, your question is not yet completed.
What is DOM element, sir? Actually, she was telling.
DOM element, guys, we already discussed. We talked about the DOM, guys, yesterday. Not yesterday, I mean long time ago, right?
So
Everybody, can anyone answer what do you mean by DOM element?
any element that's a HTML element is called a DOM element.
Any element which is participating within the HTML DOM structure, we call it as a DOM element.
Means, sir, this is now you are writing the coding code. This is it contains HTML element. So it is a DOM structure.
Obviously, right, ma'am? If you see, remember when we are talking about the HTML, it is a tree structure which is having all the elements. Now, this is a complete DOM structure, and this div tag is participating within the DOM. I can say DOM element. Yes, right? So every element which is part of your DOM structure, we call it as a DOM element. Okay, Shiva, you're asking some question.
Sir,
What was
actually,
that?
I'm outside. I will ask you at last, sir.
Okay, at the last you want to ask? Okay,
Yes,
fine,
sir.
no problem. Anyone else? Any other questions? Okay, fine. So this is how we call it as a element which is called as a static element. By default, it is rendering under the XY axis, and you cannot apply the top, right, bottom, left and properties. Even though you apply, it is not even considering. Okay, now what do you mean by non-static element? Okay, these all are non-static positions. Anytime you go with a position as relative, absolute, fixed or sticky, obviously it is called as non-static, right? Other than static. So what this position property is telling is, anytime any DOM element is having the position as non-static, it will be automatically moving from default XY axis to Z axis. Repeating again, anytime you have any DOM element, 1, 2, 100, 1,000, any number of DOM element who are having the position as non-static. Non-static in the sense, the position could be a relative, it could be absolute, it could be fixed, or it could be sticky. But they will automatically move from the default XY axis to the Z axis. Okay, so what do you mean by Z axis here? Now, if you see here, when I say something like this, is the Z axis is something like this? Everybody knows, right? What do you mean by Z axis? Z axis is the thing which actually point towards us, which is pointing front of you. Maybe from the front side, if you see, you won't feel that. Now, that is the reason. If you see here, when I go with CSS position, for the block 2, I don't give this left and top properties. I say position as static. Can you tell me on what axis the block 2 is getting rendered? On what axis? Block 2
X and Y
is
axis.
getting rendered?
Sir,
X and Y axis. I say something called as relative. Can you tell me what axis it is getting rendered? It is not into the XY axis, it is Z axis. Now, if you come back and because it is still looking like it is into the XY axis only, right? Obviously, what do you mean by Z axis? The axis which is actually pointing towards you. You cannot see the elements until and unless you actually go back and see. I mean, from the side, if you see, then only you can feel that how many are there. Assume you are on the upper view. Okay, there are some 10 plates being arranged on the one by one, one by one, one by one. If you see from the upper view, how many plates you see? Obviously, it is only one. But just to give a side look, that is where you will get to actually on the ground. There is only one plate, which is your XY axis. Above all, the 9 plates are on the Z axis, which are actually pointing towards you. You not understand them until unless you give a side view that, okay, there are 10 elements which are getting occupied. In the same way, green guy is on the Z axis. Okay, when you say 3D movie. So what do you mean by 3D movie? So normal movies are XY axis, but when you go for 3D movie, that is where the objects are actually falling on the top, and on the top. That is how you will get that effect of things which are coming or falling on you. Okay, so this is what it is. So anytime you put the element as position non-static, it automatically moves from the default XY axis to the Z axis. Okay, now can I move this element? Let us have a look on that. I say, not the position, I say something called as top of 50 pixel. I say left of something called as 250 pixel. Save this guy, come back over here and reload the page. Do you see the element is actually moving?
Yes, sir.
Yes, boss. Fine. Let us inspect this guy. When I'm inspecting this guy, do you see the element is taking any?
No.
No. It is actually moving. It is it is actually moving to the new position. It is not actually increasing its dimension. Now, when you give the margin property, you are feeling like it is moving, but actually it is not moving. It is increasing its dimensions. So this is what we call it as position as non-static element. When you say any element as a non-static element, the very first thing is they want Z-axis. When it is under the Z-axis, obviously top, left, right, bottom properties can be applied to the particular DOM element. And what is specifically this position relative? Position relative in the sense, whenever it is moving from the default XY axis to the Z axis, it doesn't lose it within the XY axis. Repeating again, whenever the element is positioned as relative, obviously it has to jump from XY axis to the Z axis. When it is jumping from XY axis to the Z axis, it doesn't lose its default position on the XY axis. Element is not there, but whatever the space I have on load of the page, I will be keep on holding under the XY axis. Okay. On the top, the next thing what we have is, whenever I am moving to a new position, I will always move according to my original position. Now, when I say something called as left of, what is the value we have given? Left of 250 pixel, top of 50 pixel. Now, if I ask a question, from where top of 50 pixel? Is it is from the top of the page? No. Is it is from the top of this blue guy, pink guy? No. I'm taking this space. This space I already have. From this space, top is 50 pixel, implies here. From this place, left is 250 pixel. This is where I'm coming. This is why we call it as a relative element. Relative in the sense, relative to my original position, which is under the XY axis, I'm actually moving my own position, which we call it as position relative.
Sir, can
Any
you repeat the
questions?
last line which you have said right now?
Related.
Sorry, what
How
was
you
that?
are
calculating? We said that from top 50 pixel from original position, that thing.
Okay, the element is moving relative to my original position. What is my original position? This is what my original position is. Now, if I ask you, you have added top of 50 pixel. From where it is calculating? Is it is from the body tag, it is moving from top to 50? No. Is it is from here, it is moving to 230 of left here? No. Where is my position? Here is my position. From here, 230 pixel is this. From here, top of 50 pixel is this. So relative, that is the reason name relative has come, because my space is never ever removed. My space is always there. Even though I am jumping from default XY axis to the Z axis, my space is always there, the default space. From there, I always move wherever you want me to move relative to my original position. I'm going to move. That is the reason it is called as position relative.
Sir, then if our remaining there, then is it just remaining there as the record, or means can we add some new
Yes.
element at that location now?
So yes, actually we lost all your words. Could you repeat your question again?
Sir, how to move that block a little
Sir,
bit
I am
right? And why the block 3, like you put block 2 in a position in a X, but block 3 should go down. I think it's like a block 3 should follow a new line, no sir. But you gave the position for block 2 as X, so it follows. But my question,
Can we, 1 second, Shoaib, to confuse here, can you go one by one? What is the
so
very first question?
can we move the block 2 a little bit more to the right side? Like,
Obviously, we are giving the value here, right? If you see here, we are specifying the value. If you ask me, can you move it to 650 pixel? Yes, boss, I can move it. It's up to you. The maximum, the value you give, the more the value you give for the left, right, top, bottom properties, the more the position it is going to move. From the top, I would like to put something called as 250 pixel. We are not saying that it is only under this, right? When it is under the Z axis, whatever the left value, right value you give, it is capable of moving. But only thing is relative. Now, if you see, you have given something called as top of 250 pixel. From where top of 250 pixel is here? No. From here, top of 250 pixel here. From here, left of so and so. That is where it is coming here.
okay, sir.
Am I clear with your first question? Okay, what is your next question? 1 second. Shourav is having second question also. Yeah, Shourav, go ahead. Shourav, are you done with your questions? Yeah, go ahead. Next one.
Sir, one question.
Go ahead,
Sir,
please.
is possible other element in green block elements, green block.
Okay, whatever the original position you are saying, right? The
Yes,
XY,
yes, sir. Yes, exactly.
that cannot be done. Now you say, for example, why the pink guy is not occupying its space? Because pink guy is always feeling that the element is always there. We cannot make other elements to come. Only thing is, when it is on the Z axis, other element can come. I mean, you may feel like, for example, yellow box is also position relative. Now I can make the yellow guy to feel like it is occupying that space. At the background, the space is always there. Am I clear?
Sir, I've got a question.
Sir, can we add something else at that place?
What
Some
was that?
new
Shreya?
thing can we add? Sir, I am asking that whatever the space is now blank, can we add some new element over there?
That is what Shreyas. The space is, I mean, can you tell me on the blue block, can I add anything? The blue block 1 is there. Can I add anything on the top of blue box? Blue block 1 should be there, but on the top I would like to add. Is it possible? No, right? Because that is the space of the block 1. In the same way for the block 2 also it is the space. The only field, why the reason the pink guy is not occupying that space, the element which is having or moving to the XY to Z axis, the other elements will always feel like it is its own position. No one else can come and occupy that space. Okay. Next.
Sir, I've got a question.
Sir, can we ask,
Go ahead.
like, can we add some content to the space between block 1 and block 3? Hello?
Not just a content, not any container. Nothing can be added within that space.
Okay, sir, I've got a question.
Okay. Go ahead, Raj.
Okay. Can we create axis and Z axis? Can we create, like, for example, an XY axis? For example, Y axis, a ZY axis, etc., etc.
We cannot add the coordinate positions here. We cannot say that x-axis or y-axis, or you cannot say the z-axis. It is just a assumption what we feel internally.
Okay, then if that's the case,
It's just an okay. Now let me talk about the movies. Assume when you're going for the normal movie, it's a 2D movie. Do you ever see something called as XY coordinates? No, the objects are simple there. When you go with the 3D movie, you feel like objects are actually coming in front of you. I mean, you feel like something is falling on you. Do you see anything called as this is the z-axis, etc.? No. Anything which is falling or which is occupying on the top, we just feel like it is a z-axis. Anything which is in the normal rendering is x-axis.
okay, based on that, how is it that people are able to do like 3D models, like CSS models, with accurate? For example, I saw a design of a toaster, the 3D toaster, and how did they manage to do that if they didn't have separate planes, like an XY plane or a ZY plane, so on and so forth?
So here, when we are going with ES3, there are a lot of other properties like transformations, or skewness, or else let me show you a simple example. Say, for example, this block 2 is there, right? There is some called as transform. So now if you reload the page, do you see the element is moving? Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
It's actually moving to the x-axis, but if I say rotate x, this is where the 3D is going to be. Actually, it is.
Okay, I actually understood what that was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sir, I have a question.
Here, we are not specifying that what it is z-axis you take or x-axis you take. It just simply pass the degrees, it automatically gets applied.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
So you told that the green block is in a top, which is like a z-axis, and you also told that we cannot give some other content in that particular container. Then how does it mean that it is in a top and we can add something in behind it?
Okay, but we can actually check it, right? Now I say the left guy, this is the left of something called as 20 pixels. Why the green guy is coming on the top of the pink guy and yellow guy? That itself will say it's on the top of it. Am I clear, Pravita? This is what your question is?
Okay, sir, I got it. So if you want to fill the container of the block 3, then block 2, then we can't fill that particular place, but we can place this green block above the other containers.
Not only the above. Assume, for example, I have a table. Assume, guys, okay, let's take a practical example. Now, when I have some table is a XY axis. Now, when I'm putting a book on the table, can I place it anywhere on the table?
Yes.
Yes or no? I take a book and I'm placing on the table. I am taking another book too. Can I place it anywhere within the table?
Yes, sir.
No.
Yes, sir.
Now, once you are on the z-axis, not only your position, the block 2 can move into the my position, or there is some other element which is falling under the z-axis. That guy can come and occupy the block 2 position. You feel like it is occupying, but actually at the background, it is not its own position, right? You feel now, you see, for example, block 2 is on the top of this guy. Is block 2 is occupying its space? No, that space is all there. The foreground or the front side axis, whatever you're getting, that is where it is occupying. Now, when I put a book on the table, from the top view, you feel like book is a part of a table. But is it actually part of the table? No, part of the table is actually the wood. You cannot say anything on the part of the wood, right?
Okay.
Got it? Yeah. Next. Any other questions? Come on, guys. I know it is a confusion part, but please put on the questions. Other than, don't just simply say that it is repeat, but wherever you feel like this point it is question, this point it is question, I'm always happy to answer.
Hello, sir.
And I myself again, part,
Hello, sir.
Don't feel like why I should ask these many questions. Never feel that. Put the questions. Go ahead, Prakash.
Sir, you said the top position is start from the block 1. But if I want to add the space from the top of the web pages, then how can I add?
I go for this, right? When I go in the negative values, obviously it will move to the top, right? Now, if you see, it is minus 1 or 2, so and so like this. See, it is still going.
Yeah.
Got it?
Sir.
When I say top is 0, see where it is 0. From my original position, top is 0. Because that is where I'm actually starting. Now, when I say top of 20 pixel, from my original position, okay, it is from my original position, I'm actually moving to the top of 20 pixel. Got it?
Sir, what if you want to move the blue box behind the green box? Like, just like we are moving green, but we want to move blue,
Okay.
but behind the green.
Okay, that's a very good question, Pravita. So what her question is, okay, green is coming on the top of blue guy. Can I make the green guy at the bottom of the block 1? Can you just tell me, can I put my book at the bottom of my table behind? I mean, say for example, table is the what we call it as XY axis. You tell me, is it possible to put the book at the bottom of the table?
No.
From the bottom?
No, sir.
No. Assume, what if I really have to put it? Now I need to make the blue guy to come on the top of green guy. What the blue guy should be?
We have
Position.
to add,
Put the
we have to
green
give Z axis, I think.
We have to
Forget about
position
the Z
blue.
axis. Position of the blue guy also to fall under the Z axis,
Yes,
right? Any element is coming on the top of one another, in the sense they have to fall under the Z axis, as simple as it is. When they are under the XY axis, overriding is not at all possible.
Sure.
Clear, Pravita?
Now,
Yes.
now
Mayur, go
can
ahead.
we add? We are adding block 1 on Z axis. Can we move that block to second block's position?
I mean, second block in the sense we moved the second
No,
block
no,
only,
no.
right?
I am asking moving block 1 to second block's position.
How can you move it? Block 1 cannot be moved, right? That is what we learned when we give. Okay, what is the position of block 1?
I'm asking to add block 1 to Z axis and then move.
Once it is Z axis, anything can be moved, right? Okay, now I say what he's saying is, okay, I go for the block 1. I say something called as top of something called as 90 pixel, I said. Okay, come back here. Why the blue guy is not moving?
It is static.
It is position is static. Don't just say simply static. It is a static position element. Okay. Now, how do I make it? I say position is something called as relative. Save this guy. Is it is capable of moving now?
Yes, sir.
See, is it is moving? Yes. Now you change the value whatever you wanted. Now the block 1. Do you really think the block 1 is occupying the block 2 space, or it is on the top?
It is on the top.
This thing you need to understand, guys. It is on the top. Don't feel that block 1 could be able to occupy. No, because if that is the case, I say something called as left of something called as 200 pixel. If that is the case, that should be occupied by the block 3. No, yes. You see, block 1 and block 2 are just playing outside of the world, which is on the Z axis. You feel like those are falling under the default X axis. But when you see from the side look, that is where you see that multiple layers are in override each other. Now, your question you have, I mean, Pravita, I think she asked the question, what if I want to put the green guy at the bottom? Okay, say for example, I say, 100 pixel or 560 pixel. Okay, guys, if you're not talking, please go into mute. 250 pixel, and I like this. Now, if you see here, why the blue guy is coming at the bottom of the green guy? Because it follows an order. The order is first blue guy has come, later green guy has come. Okay, that is the reason the higher priority is green guy. There is something called a Z-axis property, which we'll discuss, not right now, but I will discuss later. There is something called a Z-axis property, using which you can actually override it. Instead of right now, blue is 1, green is 2. Now, if you make the blue guy as 2, automatically green guy will go at the bottom. We'll see that. But at least, first of all, you understood this. What do you mean by position relative? Yes. Everyone, yes or no? Any more questions? Go ahead, Sachin.
Sir, can we do the float assignment using this relative, sir?
Obviously. But you know, the problem what you have with this is make use of the floating property using these positions. Yes, you can make it. You can make multiple elements to fall under the same line and all. Aren't you not using the top property, left property and all? But if it is floating, when you have the requirement saying that it is extremely to the left, it is extremely to the right side, why the hell I again go for the positioning, again move the left property, top property and all? Unnecessary, right? But if I ask you a question, boss, I need a element on the page. From the top, it has to be 30 pixel, but it should not be the complete right. From the right side, it have to maintain some 50 pixel and all. That is where you go with the positions, right? That can be solved. I'm not saying it cannot be solved, but left property, right property. The positioning property, you need to only go when you want a flexibility to take the element in your hand, place it anywhere you want it. Obviously, right? When I have the position property, the advantage what I'm getting is you're feeling like the object is in your hand. When I have a big table, now when I ask you, take a book and place it on the table, you have a flexibility to put it wherever you want it. That is why we are going with the positions. Now, when you go with the floating property, what is the problem we are facing there? The floating property is only the left or right. Now, when I'm creating the web pages, people don't only ask me that you put the image only to the right side or only to the right side. What if he asks a question, not to the center, but from the center, it has to be left of 50 pixel from where here, I mean, something he wanted. Now, how you're going to achieve that? That is where you go with the position. Your question? Yeah. Next, come on, guys. More questions.
Can I use this property for images?
Any element, any DOM element which is existing or getting rendered on the page, it can be moved from default XY axis to the Z axis using CSS positions.
Sir, can you make block 2 relative to block 1?
When I say relative, it can never ever when I have my own space, I only depend upon my space. There is no chance that you can make that, boss, when the block 2 is moving, you move according to that. No, I only move according to my own original default position. Did I answer your question,
Yeah,
Raj?
it's clear.
Next.
Sir, if I want the block 1 is the overlap the block 2 position.
Block 1 is overlapping. Yeah, that's what we have seen, right? Now, if you see the block 1 and block 2.
I want the block 1 is forward of block 2.
This is what I just said that, but okay, let me show you again. There is a property, something called as Z-index, something called as 10. Now, if you see block 1 is coming, I just said you, I mean, block Z index, I will talk about that later, but it is possible. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Next. Hope everyone is clear. We can go forward.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Great. Okay. Now, this is what your position relative. Hope everyone is too much clear, which is called relative. Let us even go through the notes, guys. Hope everybody is even going with that. Let me open the note here. Guys, if you are not talking, please go into mute. Yes, ma'am.
Sir, due to network, sir, I am not able to see that one. Can you explain it? Yeah, after that we will explain.
Due to network problem, what happened? Pavani, I'm not even getting your words, ma'am. Could you, I mean, somehow there's a problem.
No, I am asking, can you repeat it again? Yeah, you will repeat it after the class.
Again, you want to repeat? We already did many times.
Actually, I am not there that time.
Oh, okay. Fine, ma'am. I mean, maybe at the ending, I can repeat it. Okay, so when you go with the CSS positions, so guys, hope everybody is going through the notes also after our discussion. Whatever the discussion we are having, it's already part of the notes. So when you go into the CSS positions, what actually? But still now, in order to move the DOM elements to specific position, what actually we are using? We are using something called as padding or the margin properties. Okay, very good. But while using this padding or margin properties, are we really moving the DOM element? No, it is actually increasing its dimensions. Yes or no, guys? Everyone agree with this paragraph? Yes. Now what we're saying is, in order to actually move the DOM element without increasing its dimensions, we go with something called as CSS positions with property called as top, left, right, and bottom properties. Anytime you want to move the DOM element without increasing its dimension, you go for this. Okay, super fine. Next, is every DOM element is capable of taking this left, right, top, and bottom properties?
If it is
Is
a
every DOM element
position, we can't.
that is the problem we have, right, Matt? That is the reason I asked you, is every element is possible? No. Straightforward answer is no. Then what element is possible? Non-static element is
Non-static.
possible. Okay, any element which is having the position as non-static, only those can be allowed. Now, what is the position attribute which is taking following possible values? It could be a static, it could be a relative, it could be absolute, sticky, and fixed. Now, what do you mean by static here? So when I say static, this is an any element by default, the position is static, which implies it doesn't consider the top, left, right, or bottom properties. Okay, either you give the position as static or you don't give the position as static. It is always position as static. Okay, next. Now, let us come to the relative position. What do you mean by relative here? First property. It is capable of moving to any required position. Obviously, yes, we have just shown that it is capable of considering top, left, right, bottom properties. Next, while moving to a new position, it never loses its space occupied on the page. Yes or no? Which is in your XY axis.
Yes.
And while it is moving, relative to what it is moving relative to its own original. That is what we call it as position relative. Now, coming back to the absolute. Let us see it practically, then I will discuss about the points. Now, I come over here. Let me create a simple separate page here. Positions underscore absolute dot HTML. Okay. I'm removing no positions, no statics. Save this guy. Open inside the browser. This is how it is getting rendered. Super fine. Okay. Now, for this block 2, I am putting the position as absolute. I'm just putting the position as absolute. And I am giving the left of, say, some 50 pixel, right of, not the right, I say top of 60 pixel. Okay. You come back and reload the page. You tell me what is your first observation when compared to the relative.
So it is out of the space.
First identity is it is moving or not?
Moving.
Yes, sir, moving.
Is it is falling
Block
under
one, block
XY axis or Z axis?
Z axis.
Z axis.
Awesome. Is it is holding its own original position?
No, sir.
That
No,
is where
no,
the difference
sir.
is coming. That is where the difference between the absolute and relative is there. Whenever I'm falling under the XY I'm moving from XY axis to the Z axis, at the same moment, I will be losing my own original space under the XY axis. I will be automatically moving into the Z axis here. This is what we call it as absolute position, absolute. Now the question what you will be having is, okay, now if I put you a question, I gave left of 50 and top of 60. From where the top of 60 it is taking? From where? It is taking from the web page. In case of your relative, it was having its own original position. That is the reason relatively it is moving. But coming to the absolute, I don't have any other, I don't have my position. Now, based on what I'm going to move, I will be always moving. This is where the small confusion part, guys, put some extra attention. In case of your absolute, when I'm moving, I always move according to my parent position. Absolute element always moves according to the parent's position. That too, not every parent, I will be moving according to my non-static parent position. Now you tell me, can I call the block 1 is a parent of block 2? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Come on. The
No.
question
Yes.
No, sir. No.
No, sir.
No, because these are siblings. It is not under this. Can I say body tag is the parent of block 2?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Parent in the sense, it should be a children. It should be inside it. If it is parallel to each other, they are called as siblings, not parent and children.
Yes.
Okay. Now my requirement is, when I say the block 3 as a position absolute, sorry, the block 2 as a position absolute, I will check for my parent here. Now I say a div tag. Okay, assume I'm creating a parent element. For now, I'm removing the block 4. I say some div here. Okay, let us call these guy class equal to container. Okay, now I say dot container border 1 pixel solid padding of 50 pixel margin of say something called as 100 pixel. Now you tell me, what is the children of block 2? What is the children of block 2?
Container.
Container is the children. A div guy who is having a container. Can I even say body is the grandparent of it?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Can I say that HTML tag is the grandparent of it? Yes.
Yes.
It is on.
So the container is the parent.
Container is the immediate parent. Body is the grandparent. HTML is the grandparent. Obviously, that will go. The chain will go. Okay. Okay. So now what I'm saying is, now if you come back to the page, when you reload the page, the question is, you see, this is where my parent is there, the border guy. When I say the block 2 as top of 50 pixel, am I taking my parent or the body tag? Body tag, right? Now, what is the reason? If you clearly see my statement, I will be moving according to my non-static parent position. You tell me what is the position value of my container guy? What is
Static.
the
Non-static.
position value? It is
Static,
non-static or static, guys?
Static.
Static.
Non-static.
It is not having anything, it is static, right? Non-static in the sense, anything other than static. So as we haven't specified anything, it is static. So what actually the position absolute guy will do? It will check for my immediate parent. Is my immediate parent is static? Yes, I don't depend on you. I will go to my grandparent. Is your position is static? Yes, I will go to my grandparent. Grandparent. I will be keep on traveling to find out where is my grandparent, which is having a position as non-static. In my case, if you don't find any type of element who is having the position as non-static, it will automatically depend upon the body tag. That is the reason it is position padding of 50 pixels. Sorry, when I say top of 60 pixel, from where it is taking? From the body tag top of 60 pixel. From the body tag left of so-and-so, it is considering. Okay, every time it will check for position of my parent. This is where the easy way what you can remember is, why the reason relative guy is not depending on the parent? Why? The position relative guy is never come up with the issue of this parent dependency and all.
Because if taking
It has its
It
own.
has its own place. That is the reason I have my own space, boss. I have my own space under my XY axis. That is the reason I always move related to this. The reason why the absolute guy is depending on some other guys or the parent guys, because I don't have my own space. That is the reason I'm depending on my parent element. And that too, not on every parent, but only the parent whose position is non-static value. Am I clear?
It means, can we add a non-static to container, sir?
Sorry, what was that? It is possible, right? Okay, let us make this guy. Let us say For example, I say position as relative. Now you tell me, is my container is static or non-static?
Non-static.
When I say non-static, anything, it could be relative. It is not like it has to be absolute. It could be relative, it could be absolute, it could be fixed, it could be sticky, whatever the value it is. But it should be non-static. Now, when I am non-static, you tell me block 2 has to depend on the container or the body tag.
Container.
Everyone agree? Now, if you save this guy, come back to the browser. Where is that guy? Now, if I reload the page, from where I'm taking the top of so-and-so? From the container. From where I'm taking the left of so-and-so? From the container. Now, when I say these guys are left of 90 pixels. Now, if you reload the page, see here, this is how it is. This is what we call it as position absolute. I always move relative to my parent. Okay. Now you say, for example, I have another div guy. Assume I say some G parent, border 2 pixel solid, padding of 60 pixel, margin of 100 pixel. Save this guy. Come back here, reload the page. You tell me the green guy is moving according to the container or the container. Everyone.
Container.
Now I remove the position relative of the container. Okay. Now I'm moving the position relative of the container. Now you save this. You tell me block 2 has to move according to the container or G parent or body tag?
G parent.
Body. Body tag. Why the G parent? Because the G parent is static. Sorry, it is static, right? Now if you see, again, I'm going to the body tag. Super fine. Now, if I take this guy position as relative, now you tell me block 2 has to depend on the container or the G parent? G parent or the container?
G parent.
Now, if you save this guy, come back here, reload the page. Now, from where it is, top of so-and-so, from the grandparent. Okay. Now, I say the position as relative for my container also. Now you tell me to based on what I need to move.
Container.
Obviously, it is container. See here, because my immediate parent, first of all, I look for the immediate parent. If he is not available, then I go with the next grandparent. If he not grandparent until I found a body tag. This is what we call it as position absolute. Hope everybody is so clear. Or any questions on the top, please? Come on, no questions. Okay, very good. Nice. Okay, so on the top of this is where you could able to move the elements either using the position absolute or relative. If you clearly understand the absolute and relative, you can solve any, the remaining all, okay, almost like this same day itself. Today, you do some enough practice on this position relative and absolute. Tomorrow, I will finish the fixed guy and the sticky guy. Then we'll create an assignment on the top. But before getting close, let me talk about something called as Z-index property also.
Only one thing to ask, like while giving an interview, couple of times I was been asked the difference between position relative and position absolute. So what all important points we can include? Like if we have been asked only 2 to 3 points to give upon, what are those?
We already talked about
important
that.
points?
Whatever the points we have discussed in the class, that is more than enough. The very first difference. Okay, did they talk about the common points? If it is common points, both are movable, both are jumping from XY axis to the Z axis. If they talk about the difference between the position absolute and the relative guy never loses its own space when it is jumping from XY to Z axis. Whereas absolute guy, it will not hold the space. Second point, relative guy moves relative to its own original position. Absolute guy depends upon the parent. When I'm depending on the parent, I'm not just depending on immediate parent. I always depend upon the parent. You will get is, okay, what if my immediate parent and grandparents are having non-static static values? Yes, let me come back to this guy. This is how the elements are coming. I say, let me remove this top, left, right, bottom properties, nothing I'm giving. By default, this is how the elements are coming. Oh, this guy. When I'm moving this is how the block 1, block 2, block 3 are coming. Okay. Now I say the block 2 as position relative. Block 3 as position absolute. It's up to you, whatever the value you wanted. Here I say left of say some 200 pixel. This guy is left of say some 150 pixel. Save this guy, come back here. This is how it is. Okay, the pink guy and the green guy. Green guy is having its own space because green guy is relative. Pink guy is not having its own space because he is relative. Oh, sorry, absolute. Okay. Now I say this guy a top of some 100 pixel, left of say some 250 pixel. Come back here and reload the page. If you could see, the pink guy is coming on the top of the green. Why so? Why only pink guy is coming on the green guy? Because green guy is the one first who got rendered. Second guy is called as block 3. So what generally happens is anytime an element moving from one axis that will be given a z-axis value, z-index value. Element 1 is coming. It will be having something called as z-index. Second element, it will be having 2. Like this, the z-index can be positive integer value. But if you had 100 elements, if you are not adding any z-index value, by default, z-index 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that is how it will be. So according to the page priority, the element whose z-index value is higher, okay, the element who is having the higher z-index value will always comes on the top of the priority order. Okay, now if you see why the pink guy is coming, we haven't specified anything about the z-index. Can you guess what is the index value of the pink guy, the block 3 guy? It is 2. Awesome. The green guy, 1. The green guy, yeah. For this guy, if I put the not this here, for the green guy, I give the z-index value as 10. You don't need to mention only 3. It is not like, boss, 1, 2 were given. Now I need to give 3. No. Any number you give it out. Any, say, for example, $3,000 bigger than that. Now, if you see, this is coming on the top. So any element who is having the higher z-index value will always comes on the top of the rendering part. It will take the priority. Am I clear here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this comes. Now you tell me, can I make, okay, let us say the pink guy left off, say something called as 210, and this is left off 120. Okay, coming back over here, reload the page. Now you see the pink guy is coming on the top of yellow guy. Is it is possible to make the yellow guy to come on the top of pink guy?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
If
sir.
the pink guy is having the z-index as 3001. Now the yellow guy, I'm saying something called as 4001. Now if you come back, is the yellow guy is coming on the top?
No, sir.
Why so? Why it is not
Because
coming?
it's an X and Y axis.
Exactly. So is it possible to give the Z index value to the element which is under the XY axis? No. Why so? The yellow guy is still under the XY axis. If it is into the Z axis, in order to become to the Z axis, what it has to be?
Position.
Position and not static. Non-static,
Okay.
guys, everyone,
sir.
the different
Yes.
positioning. Okay, so do the enough practice on this today, guys, and let me know if you have any questions by tomorrow. We can discuss on that.
Sir,
Okay. So
again, like,
one second.
yeah.
One second. Let us. I mean, I'm just signing off. Not signing off. I mean, we are just stopping this. No more further discussion of the subject. If you have any question, you can put me. If
actually, sir,